Hey, what's up, guys? Purpose Driven Live Sports. I'm back here for some more NBA talk. So this is going to be a talk today. I'm not going to be talking about really free agency stuff. It's kind of been quiet over the past few days. I will be talking about Kawhi Leonard in a different video. That video is coming up. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about remarks that I heard from Bobby Marks, who works for ESPN. Now, he wasn't being harsh about this, but he did say that he did not believe the Warriors would make the playoffs this year. Now, to me, that didn't make a lot of sense because when you look at the Warriors roster as it's constructed at this moment, to me, I like how they filled it out, and I like how they're still building around Steph Curry, Draymond, and Clay. And what they're doing is they're filling it out, which I like. I like a GM who's filling out the roster. You know, you got 2-3 superstars, and you got D'Angelo Russell, who's a really good player in his own. So you already have Steph, you have D'Angelo right now, and you have Draymond, who will be playing at this moment. And then Clay comes at around January, maybe end of January, February-ish, that type of timeline. So you really have 4 excellent players if you kept D'Angelo Russell, which I think the Warriors are probably really considering, depending on the results that they have. But who they added, which I like, Willie CauleyStein, who's a very mobile center, who can defend the pick and roll. He's a pretty good rim protector. He rebounds. He's very athletic. So to me, that's a really great signing, and I like it because I remember last year what the Warriors tried to do was they kind of tried to acquire talent, and that kind of depleted their bench. What they're doing right now, which I like, is they're kind of getting a lot of different role players. They also got somebody I like. Well, somebody I don't really know much, but Glenn Robinson III, who's a guy who can actually shoot. He's very athletic, and because he's athletic, to me, he's going to be a guy who can defend, and because he's also a shooter, he's a guy who can shoot the three, so that's going to help him a lot. They still have Alfonso McKinney, who, even though he didn't have a great impact in the finals, I do like him because he's young, and he can actually make a lot of plays. So the Warriors are still continuing. They're still looking for different players to fill out their roster, which is a great thing to do because what they just need, to me, they need to stay young. And but the remarks saying that the Warriors aren't going to make the playoffs, I understand what he's thinking because right now he's kind of he sees a lot of doubt with how the Warriors are built. But there's nothing to really be concerned about here, Bobby Marks. I mean, come on, man. Like, they're still building it out. There's going to be a lot of chemistry things that they're going to have to develop, but I can still see it happening. They still have Kevon Looney, who I like them bringing back. They still have Damian Jones. He's going to be a very good player. They still have, I think they still have Damian Lee, Jacob Evans. So they're still bringing back players from last year. So that chemistry development is going to even continue and bring on new players who can fit their system. It's looking like Golden State's going to utilize more pick and roll in their sets, even though they usually save that for more down the end of the regular season and the playoffs, because that's where they really excel. But to me, if they continue making moves like this, where it's just players on short deals like this, I like it because then it kind of makes Golden State a sleeper. And what I know about Steve Kerr is that he really finds great ways to put players who are new to his system in different ways to succeed. And you saw what they did last year with DeMarcus Cousins. They found ways for him to succeed. Sorry, my pronunciation was off. But finding ways for him to succeed in the offense, getting him touches, and that Golden State offense with him on the court with all 5 AllStars was magnificent for this reason. They found different ways to get everybody touches and have everybody scoring. So the fact that he averaged 16 points and 8 rebounds is amazing in itself, and averaging over 3 assists. So that shows you what kind of coach that Steve Kerr is. So he can easily implement different things for these new players to, do. And also having Willie CauleyStein, he's a willing guy. He's, like I said, he's athletic. So he's going to be a guy who can run the floor and be a lob option, just like Damian Jones was early in the year before he got injured. So I'm not saying the Warriors should do this, but they should look to consider bringing back DeMarcus Cousins. I only say that because having another scoring option, another guy who knows the system. Now, what I have him in different kind of sets, different times in starting lineups, because you do have Willie CauleyStein, who I really like a lot because of what he brings defensively to the table that they haven't had in a long time, especially since JaVale McGee left, which To me, the Warriors should look into JaVale McGee, but they already kind of have that in a younger Willie CauleyStein. But looking to DeMarcus Cousins and bringing him back, even though it's risky because, like I said, defensively, DeMarcus Cousins, due to the Achilles and the quad injuries, is limited in the mobility aspect. But offensively, he gives you so much to your offense that you really enjoy. So that part in the Warriors, I think they're going to be a sleeper, and I think they can have playoff success. It just kind of really depends on how the pieces fit around Steph Curry and the rest of the guys, because I think if they have these four, like I said, CF, Steph, you already have D'Angelo Russell, you got Draymond, but if Klay comes back and this is gonna be a really this year's probably not gonna be great for him because he's coming back from an ACL tear, but he's more of a jump shooter. He's never a guy who was really predicated off athleticism, even though you can say defensively he will kind of be compromised, but to me he won't really have too much to worry about, because to me he's going to attack it and he's going to come back as a great player either way. So I'm not worried about that. Will the Warriors win a championship? I'm just not that guy who's going to count this team out, because I know what they're made of. I know what Steph is made of. I know what Draymond is made of. I know they're built on success. They want to succeed. They want to win. So to count this team out and say that it's impossible to win a championship, it's very unintelligent if you're a guy who follows the NBA. There's so many things that could actually fall into place. And to me, their first year winning a championship, a lot of things fell into place for the Warriors to win their first championship. So let's not say that it's impossible. It would be very tough because of the field and how level the playing field is now, because now the Warriors are back to really their core three. Plus, they're filling it out with more of a bench, which I'm so excited about, because not only do you get back to the core three, but the Warriors are being smart now. Even though you're kind of cap strapped, you're filling out a bench again. And what I can see in the future now is they're going to be they're going to be swapping different pieces because you're cap strapped. You're going to have to find different pieces to put into your lineup. Guys who are wanting to prove themselves, like a DeMarcus Cousins or Willie CauleyStein, and just different guys like that. So Golden State, to me, is on a fast track to get back to winning championships. Can they win it this year? It really kind of depends on, like I said, how things fill out. The Lakers, to me, I don't know if I really see them winning a championship because of how stuck they are in the Kawhi Leonard and what Kawhi Leonard's doing, but that's going to be the next video. But to me, this Warriors team can definitely win a championship. It's just how do they fill out the rest of the roster? What happens with Klay? Steph is probably going to go back to just being who he is. He averaged 25 the first year with KD, 26 in the last 2 years with KD. So without KD, you obviously know shots are going to go up, but you also have D'Angelo Russell, who's going to be a backcourt partner. But if they keep D'Angelo Russell, look for the lineup that they have with Klay on the floor as well, because that's going to really be a determining factor because of Klay's size and his strength. You can put him on at the three, so it'll be Steph, D'Angelo Russell, Klay, Draymond, and then Willie CauleyStein. And depending on if you bring in DeMarcus Cousins, that lineup will actually be pretty good to me. But I think that's going to do it for this video, guys. Purple Channel Live Sports. This was a conversation on the Warriors' state of what state they're in right now. I do think it would take something for them to win a championship, but they're definitely capable because of the pedigree that they have and the smart front office people that they have. So, thank you guys again. I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you.